I got to start with, before I talk any numbers or anything, what this boils down to is, you know, Fred, Patrick, and Carrie, the Dana family, they show you what partnerships are all about. And really, while there's awards, there's law enforcement, everybody's here today, and other elected officials, what this is about their family and what they do for the people of the Hudson Valley. And what I will tell you this is, in Orange County, yes, DWIs are going down. We have a very strict plea policy that we enforce, that we use. We force first-time offenders, if you want a plea bargain, you have to go and get an evaluation that says you do not have an alcohol problem in order to take advantage of that, and we enforce that. What we found is, about 10% of the people that come into the system on first-time offenses, they need some type of treatment. And I implemented that program after speaking with Craig Cherry and the Stop DWI program, his people, Chris Hale and Johnny Jones, and Tom Kennedy. And I included Tom Kennedy in that before I took office because I thought it was important to have something from private industry to be involved in the decision-making process. Because the way I look at it is, Dana Distributors, Anheuser-Busch, they do what's right. They want our restaurant and tavern owners to make money. They want to sustain our tax bases. They want people to have a good time. But we want you to have a good time when you do so responsibly. And we want you to have a good time, as Mr. Dana said, when it's your choice. It all comes down to your choice. And that's what I tell people all the time, that it's a choice you have to make. Sure, I will be the first person to say, I want you to go out and have a good time, have a few drinks, support our restaurant and tavern owners, support our local businesses. At the same time, make a good choice, take advantage of alert cab, take advantage of a designated driver. If you make a mistake, we're going to prosecute you. That's it. But I want to tell you how well this program works. And people don't get, and particularly for the media, what Dana Distributors has done and how it works, because my chief assistant, Will Garcia, is in the back. On some of the holidays, I and my chief assistant, we go to bars and we talk to the bartenders and we remind them that this program exists, that Dana has put it in place. Last year on St. Patrick's Day, my chief assistant and I went to a bar in Greenwood Lake. We saw an individual. He didn't look like he was capable of driving. We reminded the bartender of it. He took advantage of the alert cab program. To me, somebody would say, what's the DA doing going out to a bar and doing that? Well, to me, it's public service, it's crime prevention. Because if the only job I have is making sure that people get prosecuted in court, then I'm depriving the public of what the job really is. I'd like to think that we saved that gentleman's life, or we saved somebody from being injured. More importantly, we saved the public tax dollars from a prosecution having to happen here in Orange County. That's what it's about. But that program wouldn't be in place if it wasn't for Tom Kennedy, Fred, Patrick, and Carrie. And I can't stress that enough to the media, that this is one of the best examples you will ever see anywhere of a private organization with caring individuals about their community doing what's right, even though it costs money, to keep all of us safe. And when I say keep all of us safe, it keeps all of the public safe, but more importantly, it keeps all of these officers here, whether they wear black, blue, or gray, because they're the ones, too, that have to deal with it. It keeps all of us safe. So I thank you so much for the award this year, Tommy, the Dana family, everyone. I appreciate it sincerely, but really what today should be about, and what should be about every year, is about what this organization, what this family does for the people of Orange County. Thank you.
Someone said, David said it about going into that bar. What if he and his colleague walked out and said, hey, bartender, watch him. The bartender's getting off duty, so he doesn't watch him either. He pulls out of that driveway, he hits the car, someone gets killed. But what David did was alerted them and made sure that someone was watching somebody who needed a ride. This is something we all need to watch. Lots of us are out and we see somebody having a drink or two and we say, you know, waitress, That man has had his share. The biggest thing, though, is how unfortunate we are to have a family like the Dana family that says, we want to be participants in public safety and make sure that people enjoy themselves, and they don't enjoy themselves at the expense of somebody being injured and killed. Thank you very much.
I want to thank law enforcement not only for their efforts on New Year's Eve, but what they do every day to protect the people of this great county and this great state, as well as the emergency services. We congratulate Dana Distributors. They're a corporate citizen that has a conscience and a social awareness, and they're willing to spend money and have a commitment to keep people safe. We try to protect people from their own ignorance, and sometimes we don't get that message to all of them because they don't want to hear. Last year, 13 people were killed in the state of New York by car, DWI. Over 702 DWI arrests. And across the country, 1,180 people died on this weekend, all because of DWI. So people like Dana Distributors, people like all of the people around me, we keep trying to get the message out, to bring these numbers down, to keep our community safe. And we at the state level have made passed legislation making it more punitive if you get caught with DWI, whether it's a fine, whether it's a suspension, or whether it's revocation. And combination of everyone's efforts, it's working. A happy and healthy New Year to everyone. Thank you very much.
I want to thank Fred and Tom. They do this every year, and to me what this highlights is a comprehensive approach to a societal problem, which DWI is. When you look around the room here, you have county, you have Walt Curry and Craig Cherry from the county that do the Stop DWI program, that do the Alive 25 program. You have our state representatives here who fund this stuff, and then obviously you have the police officers who do the enforcement. And you have the community. You have the Dana Distributing Company here that realize that they have a responsibility here too. The Tavern Association, I see the representative from the Cap Table here in Monroe. And that's really the only way you can attack a problem like this. You need to have buy-in from the community, you need to have enforcement, and you need to do education. And that's why this, every year, this press conference is important, to make sure that all three legs of the stool have buy-in here, and we continue to see a decrease in DWI deaths. So, thank you.
I want to thank Tom Kennedy, Fred Dana, Patrick and Carrie English, and the staff here at Dana Distributors for recognizing the commitment of not only the Orange County Sheriff's Office, but of all law enforcement in Dana's multi-area of commerce. Advocating safety on our roads is a cornerstone of police operations nationwide. Having the support of a local business is a grand slam for everyone. Sheet and child restraint, cell phones, texting, and other driver distractions, along with intoxicated drivers, pose a rigorous challenge for law enforcement. Advocating safety on our roads has a positive ripple effect that reduces accidents and saves lives. During this holiday season and the coming of a new year, I encourage everyone to exercise sound judgment and think about your personal safety and the safety of others. With the winter's cold upon us, now is a good time to make sure that your vehicle is well equipped for inclement weather. Snow and freezing rain are major contributors to motor vehicle accidents. I encourage all users of the highway to lower your speed when operating in rain or snow, and be sure to buckle up. If you plan on attending holiday parties, the best way to enjoy this holiday season is to do it in a safe and sound manner. Don't become or cause another statistic attributed to driving while intoxicated. If you think you or someone else may have had too much to drink, don't take a chance. Do not get in that car. Do not allow anyone else to get in that car if you or they have had too much to drink. The hard lines you will hear from law enforcement will be drive sober or get pulled over the limit, under arrest, sober or slammer. And I'll tell you right now, I've got plenty of room over on Wells Farm Road. And the police behind me and our law enforcement in our counties will have no problem bringing you there. Here's a few more. Know when to say when. Responsibility matters. No matter what the rhyme or anecdote, they pale in comparison to the stigma attached to being arrested and convicted for driving while intoxicated. Intoxicated driver accidents have taken lives, derailed promising careers, and have ruined families. I'll give you fair warning and say these taglines. Designated driver, hand over your keys, stay overnight, or take advantage of alert cab offered by our friends at Dana Distributors. In my 40 years of law enforcement, I have had the pleasure to know members of the Dana family and their extended staff. These are people who truly care about their community and those who live here. And Operation Alert Cab is just one example of that commitment. We in law enforcement salute their continuing efforts to provide this service and other programs to keep our highways safe. Together, we can all do our part to make sure that safety is a top priority. On a personal note, I'd like to welcome Major and Troop F Commander Joe Tripotto back to Middletown. I think Joe was a Middletown trooper years ago when he first started, and it's going to be a great partnership between the state police, all the local agencies, the sheriff's office, the DA's office, and the community. We're lucky to get him back in Middletown. So on behalf of myself and the 400 men and women of the Orange County Sheriff's Office, have a safe holiday season and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
I too want to congratulate the award winner, Dana Distributors, for their partnership. And as we proceed along, you saw statistics for Rockland County at 18%, and I partner with Tom on that. I actually do a radio talk show every Wednesday, and I promoted it the last two talk shows, and I think we have to all continue to do that. Why I'm so happy to be here today is there's something that maybe everybody doesn't tie together with us in law enforcement, but we are part of Zone 4, which is Orange, Rockland, and Sullivan counties. So everybody standing behind me, my partners in law enforcement, we all work together on a regular basis on counterterrorism issues, crime issues, and issues that alike with DWIs. And I think today maybe I'm going to put the cart before the horse, Tom, but Tom has also offered for 4th of July this year, we're going to start on the waterways for BWI in at least Rockland County, and I'm sure that he'll stretch it to the state police and Orange County so we can start enforcing and bringing this awareness to the boating communities along the Hudson Valley. So thank you very much, and again, congratulations.
Holidays are a tough time. People go out, they tend to drink more than they might normally. New Year's is really exacerbated that they feel obligated to drink. And because of Dana and Alert Cab, they're giving people an option to make some wise choices. And I just want to thank Tom, the Dana family. This is something they did not have to do. They've put their money, their time, efforts into doing this, and upstream in the beginning, it sounds like. But it's shown results, and there's no way that this hasn't prevented some serious physical injury and most probably deaths. So thank you to the Danas starting off the new year, and Tom and everyone here and all the law enforcement that helps with this. Just thank you all.
I just have 3 quick things to say. First, to the law enforcement in the room, I want to thank you for coming out a few days ago to support Tech Sergeant Lem, whose remains came in from Dover. Tremendous outshowing of support from Orange County. You know, Captain Casey and I were on the phone Sunday night to make sure everything was organized. The Sheriff's Office, the local departments, every overpass had law enforcement, fire departments on there with the American flags. And I will tell you, that meant a lot to that family. The people from NYPD, including the chief of the department, O'Neill was here. They were very impressed on how we take care of our own. So thank you for that. Number 2, my friend Dave Hoovler congratulations to you. I think what we see with our new DA is a new approach towards prosecutions. It's not just putting the hammer down. Him and I both have a very big heart. We're big into treatment, mental health, whether it's addiction with opiates. It is a totally new approach, and I think that it's very successful. And I think the law enforcement room knows this. They want to have a revolving door of keep seeing these men and women with these issues not only have to get locked up, but not getting better, not getting the treatment they have. And last off, I want to thank the Dana Distributors, Freddie and Tommy and Kerry. You guys really, you don't have to do this. Like Senator Larkin says, you don't have to do this. And 908 rides in the last 6 years is a lot. And I will tell you, if you talk to the families that are impacted, one means a lot. You talk to the Lambros family in Chester, who their son would have been in his 20s now. They do a birthday every year for him. Their son died 18 months old. Every one of these families will tell you that whether it's one person or 608, it's worth it. So Freddie, thank you for continuing to do this, and thank you all for being here to support it.
We would like to thank you for being part of the solution, Dana Distributors, for giving people a very viable option. Remember, making a choice to get into a car to start it while you are drinking and partying is a choice that you make and a choice you have to live with. We encourage you, go out, have a good time, enjoy the new year, but be responsible and make that choice wisely, because if you fail to make the right choice, you can see the contingent of local, county, and state police that will be out there on New Year's Eve to ensure that the public is safe. And I can promise you, if you don't make the right choice, we will give you a ride, but it won't be to your home. It will be to our police stations and then to the custody of the sheriff. So please, we encourage you, let's keep the roadways safe. There is no excuse for getting into a car and being intoxicated. Mr. District Attorney, congratulations for all your work. Thank you on behalf of the Police Chiefs Association, and we assure the public we will be out there in force on New Year's Eve to make sure that the